Wake up trying to be somebody other than me. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Yo, top of the top, because the hustle is never going to stop, especially fucking with me. You heard me? Anybody but a dead body, do me a favor and let me know that the audio is coming out crystal clear. This is Sucker-Free Saturday. And if y'all hear me crystal clear, do me a favor, hit me with the dice cubes so I can give a shout out to the people that typed so far. 7, I appreciate you, girl. 7 said I'm crystal clear on it. We got Miss Pam in the building. Now Rivers in here. We got 7 in here. Old school Brooklyn. We got my man Chief coming in from Jersey. He said, yo, shout out to the chat, Big Dice. I'm going to holler at y'all later at work. We got my day one City Bama's in the building. He's here. He's here. Now, come on now. That's 5 people. So that means it's 12 people in the cut. Come on out that motherfucking cut and say, hello. You know, like when D used to pick the phone up on what's happening, she used to pick the phone up. She used to go, hello. It ain't nothing but love over here. You dig what I'm saying? Anybody but a dead body. If you're coming in, come in peace. So you will leave in pieces because we blow heads off. But we don't usually go through that over here. Every now and then, we might get a stray moron that might subscribe. Check this out. What I mean by a stray moron, it's on subscribers mode. It's more peaceful. I'm not searching. I'm not stressed for no motherfucking subs. I'm stressed for great people with great minds, great spirits. Most importantly, they fear God over here. You understand? So the way it shall work is the way it shall be. Like I said, 38 away from, no, excuse me. We 58 away. We 58 away from 2,000 subs. Organic, hours. Word up. You see what Rev Heaven 7 said? Hit the goddamn like button. Or somebody gonna get at you, you understand? God. City Bama said, y'all work so much I forgot it's Saturday. Remember last Saturday I had to work. I went and got that motherfucking bread. This Saturday I'm off. But I just found out from my man next Saturday. And unfortunately, next Saturday makes 23 years I lost my best motherfucking friend in the world. 23 years ago, I lost my beautiful mother, my best friend in the fucking world. You dig what I'm saying? August 17, 2002, I had to let her get away from me, you know? God came and snatched her up. So next week is 23 years that my baby has been gone. Yo, Audie, I see you in the building. I seen that show with you and King Troll. That was the fun. When I say funny, that shit had me laughing like a motherfucker, y'all. So on the 17th, I will be working. But then that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I got plans for the 17th anyway, you know, going up to the grave site, putting them flowers on her grave and all that, you know. But, you know, maybe if I'm at work, that's a better motherfucking energy instead of me just sitting up, you know, thinking about my moms like that to the fullest, because that's this month of August is very funny for me. Last Monday, God bless the dead. This man right here, my man Marcellus James. One of my best friends in the world, y'all. I'm talking about one of my best friends in the world. 34 years ago, I lost him. 1995. The night of motherfucking the Source Awards, because we had tickets. The night when Suge Knight, Snoop Dogg, and them came to Trafalgar Square, we had tickets to that shit. I was getting dressed. My man was on the corner with a couple of other cats. They was doing that thing. We had just had a water party, a water gun fight. Like, my man went to Woolworth, bought like $150 worth of water guns because it was so hot that day. We had a water gun fight that day. I never forget it because my man was walking around with the vest. May he rest in peace, Marcellus James. And I was telling him, I said, damn, man, you know you can see the vest through your motherfucking shirt. Yeah, the vest. My nigga was walking around with the vest, 20 years old. He had just beat some Africans for about 3.5 motherfucking keys of some Bolivian tar heroin. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's about niggas. To this day, them Africans didn't get at my man. It was niggas right in our motherfucking hood that got at my man. Miss him dearly. Name my son after him to be exact. My son's name is Marcellus. But besides that, we got a beautiful day. I got a great show lined up for y'all. I ain't give y'all a hood news with my views. You dig what I'm saying in a while. Shout out to DJ, my man Big Audie. He in the building. He did the show yesterday with King Troll. Go check that out. Dark Side, Dark Questions, Light Side. Shout out to Art for letting me come up there and being a part of that. Everybody telling me we had one of the flyest shows up there, like a real grown conversation. And look forward, because me and my man started doing some political and motherfucking. We gonna start doing some political and some YouTube debates. Me and Artist Morrison, straight up grown man shit. Straight up grown man shit. Barlow, I see you in the building, man. Yo, Barlow, ironically, I got on one of the low shirts Bar sent me right here. I swear to God, y'all. See this? Show y'all. See if I can get to the screen. Man, where the fuck is the screen at? Man, oh, yeah, there it is. You see right there, y'all? You see that 2 L's up? You see that? Hold on, what the fuck? You see that, y'all? You see that horse right there? You see that low life shit? Shout out to Barlow. He in the building. That's who sent me this shirt. He sent me a bunch of shirts. He sent me a package. I ain't gonna front. Barlow the elder. If you know who he is, you better respect it. If you're not, we will check it. A hair on his head better not get touched. Big Dice stamped that shit. But like I said, this Saturday I ain't had to work. I slept a little late this morning. I'm usually up out the bed by 5:15 every morning, but nah, I rocked in that bed. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I slept. I got up to go to the bathroom because I just noticed that shit. I'll be 52 years old September the 10th. You know what I noticed the other day, y'all? I'm old. I remember back in the days, motherfucker sleep straight through the night. He didn't even have to get up to use the bathroom. Well, I'm in that bathroom 2 times a night. I got to go get up and pee. I got to go pee like they say. You know what I'm saying? But that shit, when you old, God wake you up and say, go to the bathroom now, stupid. But when you young, you be like, I go to the bathroom in the morning. That's when we was young, we was come back in the club and all that shit back in the days. Old English, Hennessy, bottles and James, all type of liquor, Bacardi, St. Ives. We got to get up and go. Man, we go when we wake up. I'm tired. Ain't like that no more. But I got some things I want to go over today. Some hood news with my point of views on it. Some crazy things that's going on. Crazy things that's going on in the world. Crazy things that's going on in the world. Yeah, artist, your ass is old. I'm going to tell you right now. If y'all want to know when that pinpoint of being old hits a man's body, when he's 40 years old. Because when we 40 years old, I swear to God, my doctor told me this shit. I had 20/20 vision until I turned 40. Now I got a split bifocal. I don't understand that shit. The doctor said, baby, the minute you hit 40 years old, your eyes start leaving. I said, this is a goddamn shame. Now I got a split bifocal. Probably if I hold this shit up to the motherfucking sun, I could set something on fire with it. Lee, salute for life. 7 said, my mind says go. My body says, hell no. Hell no. Yeah, artist, your turn, because once you hit 40, yeah, nigga, that you know how when you got that, you can buy that brand new car, like 80,000, 90,000 miles, that shit starts saying, whoa, you're leaking a little bit of oil. That's a fact. It's just like your body. Just like your body. Start leaking a little oil. You might be smoking a little bit. You might have to change that carburetor. You might have to change that alternator. If you don't have to do none of that, I'm going to tell you what you're going to change on your car. You're going to change that crankshaft sensor. That crankshaft sensor, you're going to have to change that motherfucker. It's going to always be a sensor on your car that you got to change. Ain't nothing wrong with your car. It's just telling you that certain parts of your car has worn out. And that's just like with the human body. Man, there was a time I can go to St. John's Park. Tell them, Lee. I can go to St. John's Park, run 6, 7 full courts back to back. I'm talking about I'm smoking blunts, cigarettes, drinking Old English, all that. I can run 6 full courts back to back. Right now, I'm not even running a full court. I run quarter courts now. And it's only going to be 3-on-3 or 4-on-4, and we're going to play one game, and the game is going to be 11. Ain't no playing the 21. Ain't no Utah game 500. No, I ain't doing no more of that. Down here, they play 21. See, in Utah, in Brooklyn, we play Utah. Game 300. Game 500. You know why? Because everything is 5 points. You know, what's this? The 2-hand tap, y'all? What's that? 10 points. And the 1-hand tap, y'all, what was that? 15 points. But see, when we was playing in St. John's Park, we had rules because everybody wanted to play Utah. So if y'all was really outside playing ball, there was this thing called elimination. Artists, what you know about that? Elimination. 50-25. It could be like 10, 12, 13 people playing a game of Utah. But if you don't have 25 points by the time someone get 50 points, your ass is eliminated out of the game. Walaikum salam, OG. I see you in the building. I appreciate you too, OG. I remember the other night, I forgot where I was at. I was in somebody's chat. Somebody was rapping slick about me. Then nigga OG checked him. He was like, nah, son. Shout out to Big Dice Show. I told y'all I watch a lot of shows. He said, we call that knockout. That's a fact. Knockout or elimination. Knockout was Jersey. That's a fact. I know a little something about Jersey, OG. Let me tell you something, OG. Every summer, I was in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, at motherfucking camp for 2 weeks. We was 2 miles away from the Friendlies, if you know where that was at. Lawrenceville, because we used to have to walk from the camp every Saturday to the motherfucking Friendlies. That was that little road trip. So I know something about that basketball. I know something about that Jersey shit. Shout out to the Jersey people, man. My people in Irvington, my people in Newark, my people in Paramus. I'm telling you, them Irvington niggas is different. Shout out to my niggas in Hoboken. But I'm going to tell you something. Them niggas in Irvington, whoo, them niggas is different. And shout out to artists, too, for trying to give the bro, excuse me, ain't my brother, the dude, some recognition and tried to help him with his channel the other day. I knew that shit was going to go wrong. I ain't going to lie to you. I knew that shit was going to go wrong. You know why I knew that was going to go wrong? The minute artists started that live, the energy that I was seeing, I said, this ain't going to go right. Big Ike, I see you in the building. I said, this ain't going to go right. And instead of dudes, like I said, it's times when people troll. Shout out to King Troll. Like I said, I don't like trolls. I hate trolls. But I respect what he do. I respect what he do. The nigga said, I'm going to get on your nerves. He said, I don't take none of this shit seriously. So I got to respect it. Shout out to King Troll in this show he did. You dig what I'm saying? But when the other guy was up there and Artist was trying to talk to him, I seen Artist getting mad. Artist was trying to laugh that shit off. Artist was getting mad as a motherfucker. And then it just blew. Boop. Boop. But you know, shout out to the motherfucking dark questions on the life side. Y'all know me. I wasn't really a fan of the shit. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But I heard Artist say what he meant by the dark questions. I said, oh shit, that shit is fire. See, the reason why I be paranoid about certain shit is because it's not because of the host. It's because of the crowd. It's because of the chat. Shout out to Tube Chronicles. He's always taught me that. He didn't teach me nothing about YouTube. My man said, yo, before you know about anything, Dice, pay attention to the chat. I never knew that shit. I never knew how important your chat is. Artist said green eyes is a bird. I agree with that. I can't keep continuously making excuses for someone I know knows the difference between right and wrong. See, because I got a story up here today about a child, a student. He was just sentenced to 5 years in prison for allegedly attacking a teacher's aide. 5 years in prison, a kid. But he suffers from autism. Ike said, respectfully, I don't think Artist Morrison, due to help your channel, the question he asked, be trying to stir up more stuff. I think he'd be asking questions pertaining to your channel respectfully. No, I'm not. Let me tell you something. You know what I learned? Big Ike, and I respect that. I've told Artists that. Maybe you haven't seen me and Artists done argued about that shit. But I had to pay attention to what he said. See me? I don't know about nobody else, but this is when I started avoiding a lot of nonsense and started laughing at myself for the nonsense I didn't avoid when I didn't have this knowledge of self. Number one, if Compa ain't tell me one thing, I got to remember. When it come to somebody else's platform, the man told me, mind your fucking business, Dice. He said, what a person does on that platform is that platform. It's up to me, you, or anybody else to support it. I always support artists. I don't type in the chat because of the niggas that be stalking me. Niggas just start saying my name for what reason? I don't know these people, and the shit is aggravating because it wouldn't happen like I would. I feel like I'm being harassed, if that's making any sense, because I'm not used to being harassed or bullied. You dig what I'm saying? But when I heard Artists break it down and say what he felt, think about it, y'all. It's a lot of people that wish they would have came up with that concept and that idea. Me personally, as an overall, I cannot say nothing about that. That's why when he was like, yo, Big Dice, we doing it? I had to do it. Whatever he wanted to ask me, I had to be there. You dig what I'm saying? Because I had to recognize what he was saying about his, and that's his craft. Like he said, he had 100 in the building chilling. You know what I'm saying? Great conversation. King Troll, that nigga had me laughing like a motherfucker. Like, I really laughed yesterday. You dig what I'm saying? So I already told y'all, if it makes me laugh, I will watch it. But we can't knock that man for what he's doing. Do I agree with everything artists do? No. But I know it's hard. So that's only that's only the part that I focus on. Green Eyes, I know his heart too now. See, before I ignored knowing his heart. Green Eyes has a troubled heart. Word up. OG Bobby said, Joe, 7 said, you can't control what a person asks. You don't control what you choose to respond to. It's a fact. OG Bobby said, I think artist craft is cool. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't understand the shit at first. Now I started watching the shit. The shit is cool. Like, the shit is funny. Like, first of all, it's just like when we watching a soap opera or we watching a television show. It's always going to be the drama, and then they'll cut it off to the next episode. If you can continuously keep that motion with you, shout out to Sonny Blanco. Y'all know I wasn't really a fan of the weekly wrap-up, but that's his craft. He done mastered that shit. You dig what I'm saying? Straight up and down. So what people see, what I can't, if I don't agree with what you're doing, I don't agree with what you're doing, but I got to respect from what you created. See, now that's the part I respect. Creation is always respected by me. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's something that you created, you can stamp and pinpoint, and if anybody does it after you, that's duplication. Like I said, I may not agree with everything, but I got to respect the creativity from all platforms. It's a fact. I got to respect the creativity from all platforms. Whether I agree with it or not, it's their platform. Now, if I was paying their StreamYard and I said, yo, check this out, I don't like that, and they keep talking about it, then I had a reason to get upset because I'm paying their StreamYard. Just like, that's their prerogative, in the words of Bobby Brown. But shout out to everybody doing their thing. You dig what I'm saying? I prefer peace over war, and I definitely stand with intelligence over ignorance. So let's get into this motherfucking work. I got some things I want to talk about today. But right after this quick little commercial break, you dig what I'm saying? We're going to get into it. Let's go. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? OG Bobby said, I see you grow every day in righteous. Every day, son. Peace. And keep it up, Big Dice. Salams, King. Appreciate you for your efforts. Facts. I appreciate you, beloved. Like I said, I'm a work in progress, man. I'm still working on me. You dig what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I stay out of a bunch of shit, because I got to work on me before I start trying to work on somebody else. And I was always told, if the situation ain't has nothing to do, I don't even be caring about shit no more. This shit almost affected my motherfucking heart. Like that shit, I had a light stroke when I got on YouTube about this shit. Nah, that's when the shit, when you too emotionally invest into it, it's dangerous. The stuff I try to talk about, you know, try to make a motherfucker laugh. Some real reality shit. And then telling you about some foul shit that's going across the world in news. Because some people, unfortunately, a lot of people don't watch the news. I used to be just like that. But because of my grandfather, he always had that newspaper, and he always told me, boy, if you watch anything on TV, pay attention to what's going on in the news. And his radio was always set. Swear to God, in my house, in his room, the only thing that played on my grandfather's radio was 10-10 wins. I don't know if y'all remember that. 10-10 wins. He said, because if you give us 10 seconds, we'll give you the world. They used to break down the whole entire world and what was of importance in 10 fucking minutes. News is important. You dig what I'm saying? So let's get into this news, because I told y'all before, they trying to take our babies away from us, because a lot of our parents, a lot of us as parents, not our parents, I know they don't want to hear what I'm about to say, but a lot of us are not being parents no more. We're being friends to our children. And when you be a friend to your child, there's no sense of respect or fear that's coming from your child. You heard me say it, fear. Like my grandparents, they said, you're going to have the fear of God playing with me. When it came to my mother, my grandmother, and grandfather, I don't know who I was more afraid of. You know why I was afraid of my mother and my grandfather and my father and my grandmother over God? Because they was right there in front of me. And it seemed like God take time to get to you. They was right there to whoop my ass. Too many families today now that's smoking weed with their kids and drinking with their kids. Respectfully, y'all, this is not, I'm not saying that my son can't smoke, even though he don't like to smoke. I'm not saying that my son can't drink, even though he don't like to drink. What I'm saying is these are things he'll never do with me. He getting married or something like that, or having a family, yo, I'm going to have a beer with my son. Let's drink a beer. We can do that. We can do that. Salute, I'm watching you turn into me. But as far as a continuous relationship that we're building up, like we're going to be drinking and smoking together, I'm not doing that, because the respect level drops. When your child starts looking at you like a friend, they feel as though they can say and do whatever they want to do to you without any repercussion. And until we start getting a grip on our children and stop letting the police handle our situations that we are supposed to be handling, because we was fucking for these kids, this is the type of shit that we're going to be going through as parents. Let's go.
Well, not an exclusive you'll see only right here on Fox 5.
We were there, and the only TV crew along for what police call the takedown of some of the most violent gang members they've ever seen.
All right, Lisa Evers joins us now with her exclusive look with the NYPD. Lisa.
Well, Stephen, Natasha, we had that firsthand look at how the NYPD is bringing alleged gang members who terrorize their own community to justice. And now
let me tell y'all something about this woman right here. This bitch, Lisa Evers, is dangerous. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all keep playing with that woman. That woman is dangerous. Lisa is dangerous. You know why? I'm starting to think she's a man, respectfully. Shout out to the LGBTQI, whatever y'all call it. I think that's a man. You know why? Because that bitch is too tough, respectfully. I'm starting to think this bitch went to Boys and Girls High School with me. Do you notice the places this woman be going? Kingsborough Projects. This bitch was in Kingsborough Projects. Man, let's get into this shit, man. We got to get our kids back, man, because the streets, I'm telling you, the streets don't give a fuck.
the Bronx DA says they've been charged in a 176-count felony indictment.
Nay Benz, police say you're a trigger puller. Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that? No, I love you. I love you.
This is how our kids are now. Believe it or not, that's the representation of their parents. That's what they parents. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. The disrespect, he telling you, suck my dick. Nigga, they trying to hit you with an indictment, a federal indictment. The least you should be doing is acting like a moron. They on tape. See, remember back in the days when we got arrested, or we seen people get arrested, they was calm and they would do certain things like this. They wouldn't even scream. They wouldn't even talk no more. They'd look at their girl, they'd look at their kids, they'd look at their family members, and they would say, that meant I'm going to be all right. Chill. Remember that, y'all? They used to be like, sometimes you hear the OG saying, yo, I'm good. Just go call my, yo, I'm good, nigga. Go tell my baby moms I'm locked up. That's how it went down. Remember that, y'all? Yo, tell my moms I'm locked up. Tell them I'm a caller. Now these kids is coming around acting like pure ignoramus nincompoops. I want to watch this again, y'all. Pay attention to this, man. Let's go.
Rivers joins us now with her exclusive look with the NYPD. Lisa.
Well, Steve and Natasha, we had that firsthand look at how the NYPD is bringing alleged gang members who terrorize their own community to justice. And now the Bronx DA says they've been charged in a 176-count felony indictment.
Nay Benz, police say you're a trigger puller. Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that?
Pay attention to the guy in the back with the white t-shirt screaming. This is mental illness. The one right here screaming. Just pay attention. If you're looking, this one right here, he's a rapper. He's scared to death. Look all in his face and look in his eyes. That's fear. He don't know what's he about to face. But look at this fool behind him with the t-shirt on, acting like he's in a zoo.
Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that true? What? Police say you're a trigger puller. Is that? We're here at a secret undercover location in the Bronx where NYPD detectives are getting ready to launch a manhunt for nearly 24 gang members wanted for serious felonies, including murder. It's a Lisa Evers exclusive. It's before dawn on Wednesday, but NYPD detectives from the Gun Violence Suppression Division, called GVSD for short.
I want y'all to pay attention to these motherfuckers again. I want y'all to pay attention to something right now. Dog soldier salute. I want y'all to pay attention to something right now and listen to what I'm saying. Because some of us in here might be going through something with our children. Some of us in here might know somebody that's going through something with our children. We might be going through something with our nephews. We might be going through something with our nieces because of this gang activity. It's time to step the fuck up. Because number one, do you see the group of individuals right here that they have lined up to come apprehend our children? By any means, pay attention. If we go grab our kids out the street, we're going to slap them up, put them in the motherfucking house and talk to them. If they go grab our kids out the street, our children may become deceased. They are trained to shoot. They are trained in combat. And they're ready to hurt anything that's trying to hurt one of them. See, that's the biggest gang in the world. People don't understand this shit. This is the biggest gang in the world. The motherfucking NYPD. Motherfucking NYPD, these niggas is dangerous right here. Look at, now, first of all, go get your babies, y'all. I don't give a fuck if they 16, 17, 18, and 19. Go get your fucking babies before these motherfuckers do. But then again, there's a part of me that's saying these motherfuckers should be locked up. Because at 16, if you can successfully run a crack organization or a drug organization, that means your mind is working. So you know the difference between right and wrong. If you're eluding the police and eluding going to jail every day and eluding being robbed of certain things, but you don't know when or not to pull a gun out, people are getting killed and injured. 63-year-old woman got shot the other day in her leg. Angie, baby, is in the building. This is going to come get our kids if we don't get them.
Detectives from the Gun Violence Suppression Division, called GVSD for short, are joined by detectives from Bronx precincts and warrant squads for this important mission. Their mission? Stopping the reign of terror caused by teens, young men, and a few women who engage in running gun battles with their opposition or ops at all hours of the day and night, no matter who's in the way, right in their own community.
These cases are the single most impactful reason that shootings trend downwards.
The targets are 20 members of the Slattery gang based out of Slattery Playground in the Fordham section of the Bronx.
If you come around from 2 on, That's when it fills up with all the gangs.
Investigators say they're responsible for more than a dozen shootings and attempted murders.
It's almost like they were competing with each other to see who could shoot more times.
The Slattery crew.
Now, see what they're doing? This is what they're doing. Now they're building descriptions of our children's character in their eyes for the judicial system. In a more simplified terms, they're painting pictures of our children without even understanding why our children were in the streets. So you mean to tell me if you standing outside and you got a gun in your hand or you got a gun on you and you see somebody else with a gun and you see that person reaching for that gun, knowing that that person's intent is to bodily harm you or unalive you, you supposed to just stand there and die? Supposed to stand there and die? Now check this out. Now that we're thinking like that about it, how we feel about our life when it comes to adults, when we have maturity and sense, pay attention to the children. These are scared kids. They don't know what's going on. They're being raised by Grand Theft Auto. They're being raised by drill music. And if you pay attention to the definition of drill music is killing music. Songs about people and children that have killed other people. I hate drill music. Because this is what it's coming to. What you think? The police just gonna let us run, our kids run around doing this shit? Look at this nigga right here. He look like Liddy. Israelio Lugo, he look like Liddy up there on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The sixth person on the top look like Liddy. Yo, Liddy, is your name Israel?
Also known by other names like Slattery and S-Block, allegedly took aim at their main opponents or ops, other young people, for no good reason. Investigators say the hatred is fueled by inflammatory disses about murdered ops and drill raps posted on social media. That's aspiring drill rapper Nay Benz, who police say is one of the gang leaders. The average age of the case subjects is 20. Teen girls are trigger pullers too, like the
average age of the kids that they are arresting is 20 years old. You can't even drink yet in the eyes of the law. You could party at 18. You got to be 21 to drink. The average age is 20. If you pay attention to what they said we have females also pulling triggers. You know why? Because a lot of parents ain't paying attention to their daughters. A lot of them little girls are getting sexually assaulted in homes of fathers and uncles, and they feel as though they don't want to be in the home no more. They feel as though their security comes from their friends, which are gang, and they are in a safer environment. Pay attention. They feel as though what they're going through in their homes is so horrific and atrocious that being around men and little boys that are targets of death every day is more safe. Ain't that some shit? Your child feels as though that they're more safe in the street around death instead of being in a home with us as parents. The situations with mothers that know that their children are getting sexually assaulted, but they feel as though that's life because they were sexually assaulted. I know a couple of women that were sexually assaulted. I got a homegirl that told me she thought it was cool that her uncle was sleeping with her because her grandfather used to sleep with her mother. She thought it was cool that her uncle was destroying her beauty and her soul and her spirit because of her willingly knowing that her mother used to be sexually assaulted by her grandfather.
shooter in this video, says Deputy Inspector Craig Edelman.
They're shooting at each other with a yellow school bus filled with kids in between them.
Making the community safe again is their passion and purpose. For takedown leader, Detective Brandon Ravello, it's personal. This is where he grew up.
A lot of the subjects are wanted for being active trigger pullers, so they're asking us to put on these bulletproof vests before we go out to the locations once the manhunt gets underway. We're on the highway now as part of the caravan going to the first destination. These detectives know exactly who they are looking for because all of the subjects in this case have been pre-indicted by a Bronx grand jury.
Officers go into the building, every detail and movement planned in advance.
Right now, the detectives are inside the building going into the apartment where they have a search warrant to apprehend the suspect.
Sergeant Christopher Neal is in constant communication with team members, making sure everyone gets in and out safely.
In recent history, we've seen that impact takedowns or takedowns of this magnitude have a profound impact on the community.
What's going on here?
I love you, babe.
A female suspect who's 8 months pregnant is brought out in handcuffs from an apartment.
What's going on? Why did they pick you up?
We are here executing a search warrant on Theobald Avenue in the Bronx in regards to a drive-by shooting that happened in a public school playground.
Bronx District Attorney Darcel Clark announced a 176-count conspiracy indictment
This woman ain't
against
playing,
the
y'all.
alleged gang members for everything
Check
from
what she said.
attempted murder to robbery and weapons possession. More than a dozen guns were recovered, including some from the takedown.
We're going to stay at this no matter what, no matter how long it takes. We are laser focused on making sure that we keep the public safe.
They are absolutely firing bullets.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of mind I'm cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy, when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes, like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, it's bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you sliding through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's some jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, and he still told.
I told you she looks like a man to me, OG Bobby. She up there acting like she's unbeknownst to anything that's going on. Hey, what's going on? Hey, why are you being arrested? Girl is 8 months pregnant. They putting her in the back of her. Only thing she talking about, pay attention, because it's not even hitting her mind yet that she's wanted and being arrested on a drive-by shooting. Only thing she's thinking about is that man, that gang member. Baby, I love you. You heard that? When she was getting in the car, baby, I love you. She's not thinking about that baby that's in her stomach. She's not thinking that she's going to jail. She's not thinking that it's a possibility that that child is going to be born in prison. Yeah, they got a baby ward on Rikers Island. It's not mistaken, the baby can stay with you for 6 months. Right there on Rikers Island. Tupac Shakur was born in jail. And look at the inevitability of his fate. I remember I used to talk to y'all about back in the days. I had some homegirls that been through some situations with uncles and stepfathers and cousins and all this bullshit, sexually assaulting them. So they came to the street and they felt more safe around us when we was doing crazy things like hustling, the shootouts, the robberies, et cetera, et cetera. But they felt safe around us because they was protected. If they came around and told us that they had a boyfriend and may have did something to him, we going to press that nigga that did something to our sister. Just like that young lady right there that's pregnant getting in the back of that motherfucking car. Something went on around her because that's not normal. That's abnormality for a child looking like she about 19 years old to be handcuffed on suspicion of a murder investigation. I seen some shit going down at my job, y'all. Excuse my language, it's the power of the P-U-S-S-Y. I remember Jay-Z had a song called The Power of the P-U-S-S-Y. This is why niggas get their hair cut and they dress fly. And I thought about that shit. If it wasn't for the lure or the attraction of women, niggas wouldn't even get their hair cut. Niggas be running around looking crazy, y'all. But they want to look fly. They want to have on the good clothes, the good cologne, a little money in the pocket, a little vehicle or something like that, a little wine and dine, a little razzle and dazzle. Pay attention to these women. I'm telling you, fellas, I be seeing some shit at my job. I just be going. Pay attention to these women. And fellas, I got to talk to y'all now. You niggas got to stop being suckers. And a lot of you men got to stop being thirsty. You need to start looking inside and finding out what you feel so insecure about yourself and correct that, because the actions that I'm seeing with some of the dudes today, I'm watching niggas know they getting played, y'all. Know they getting played and they don't care. They don't care. They said, fuck it. As long as she's going to be with me and do that thing that she did the other night, I don't care about my safety. I don't care about my family. I don't care about my happiness. I don't even care about if I go to jail. And I used to look at the women, because I'm looking at them now, the ones that just search for the attention. They have to be praised like a goddess or something, because that's what y'all are. But see, y'all are supposed to be praised like a goddess because of your discipline, your respect for yourself, and your intelligence, not for your ass hanging out. Q, I see you in the building, girl. Y'all make sure y'all get over there, drop the link for her. Yo, Angie, you know you here and you're supposed to be dropping links for everybody. You're supposed to be dropping for the ladies of the eye talk, the cheeks, is everybody that you fuck with. I should give you 10 seconds for that, but I can't do it. Because you got my heart. Angie be treating me like a sucker, y'all. She know I'm a sucker for love. And she got a mean lasagna, she said. You know how I feel about food, y'all. Y'all know how I feel about food. And shout out to big motherfucking Pre over there at the Queensbridge Chronicles, y'all. You dig what I'm saying? But I don't know if y'all know, back in the days, we had a lot of females that was dealing with the street niggas. Let's get into some work for a minute, y'all. OG Bobby, we got to go back for a minute. Dog Soldier, we got to go back for a minute. City Bama, we got to go back for a minute. Remember we had them homegirls. Damn, God forgive me for the things we did. Remember we had them homegirls that allegedly we can put on niggas that we wanted to rob. Y'all remember that? We overlooked the fact that our homegirls had been through horrific things in their homes, sexual abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, that pushed them to the street, that had them chilling with us for days. Why you ain't going home? My moms don't care if I don't come home. I had homegirls used to chill with us in the spots and all that, 2 and 3 days. Yo, you better go home. My moms don't even care. They go home, change, get some more clothes, come back out and do it again. Unfortunately, the sanity and the sacred spirituality of them were violated by family members and men that did foul and gruesome acts to them, death to all pedophiles and predators. But check this out. The homegirls we had, allegedly, it was times when niggas was getting money and we ain't like them niggas. This is simply how it went down. I need you to get him. What you mean, Dice? Fuck that nigga for a couple of months and let us know where he lived, because we going up in there. Unfortunately, because of the things that our homegirls had went through and the loyalty that they had to us, the first thing they said was, okay, who is he? These is facts I'm telling you, man. I got some homegirls right now that will fuck you and suck you like they've been in love with you for years. And all they want to know is what they getting out of it. What's they cut? What's they cut? I got homegirls that will walk around with you in King's Plaza, will babysit your son, your daughter, will dry your mother's feet off after she soak them, will cook for you. And then one day to be a nigga like me to wake up with a couple of other niggas like that, and a gun will be in your face. And you'll be looking at her going, don't do nothing to her. You so fucked up to the fact that she is the reason why we in here. Dummy. You begging us not to hurt her. She don't give a fuck what we do to you. Because they getting a cut. They getting a cut. Unfortunately, we wasn't even thinking about the facts that these people that we may have sent chicks to may have caught heed to the setup and may have killed our homegirls, may have tortured our homegirls, may have beat our homegirls, because this is the horrific ways that we came up in the hood. I don't know when people said he was outside, the way that they moved, the disrespect, the lack of common courtesy makes me believe different. Because when I was coming up, you say the wrong thing, it didn't even have to be a SMD. You say the wrong thing to a nigga and he'll blow your brains out. Angie is in the building. She's been always holding it down. I appreciate you, girl. And y'all make sure y'all go over to Ladies Eye Talk, man, and fuck with Angie. She only do shorts and stuff like that, but they be inspiration. They be inspiration. She say some shit. She dropped one yesterday, said, I don't got a motherfucker. I don't even care if y'all like me. All I got to worry about who likes me is me. That shit hit different. That's some deep shit. That was a slit finger fastball. She said, I don't go fuck if y'all motherfuckers don't like me. What's important about this scenario is that I love me. John DeMarco, because that'd be a lot of our problems. We don't love ourselves. This is facts. This is why we go through so much disrespect with certain people that say that they love us. This is why we go through certain disrespect with coworkers, because they take our kindness for weakness because they know we won't speak up. Well, I ain't talking about me. I'm talking about them other people. Excuse me. Let's get that correct. Appreciate you, Seven. She said, showing love the Brooklyn way. Angie said, abso-fucking-lutely. Like, that shit hit me different. I'm a goon, you know, dig what I'm saying? She said, I don't give a fuck if y'all niggas don't like me. What God told me is to love me. Like my grandmother said, baby, love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, who else will? Because that's why our children right now are going to jail because of this drill music. That's why a lot of our kids are influenced with the wrong direction of certain organization and gangs, because they're not getting in these gangs and organizations for the right way. They're getting in these ways because they want to be tough and they want to administrate and advocate their motherfucking strength and their connections. That's where all these gun wars is coming from. But shout out to my homegirls, man. The Vals, the Kikis, the Tawanas, the Bridges from motherfucking Kingsborough, the Denises, the Missies, the Felicias, the Vanessa Foxworths. I know some chicks that will make you think they love you, man. I'm talking about they will hold that thing in their hand and talk to it. Looking you dead in your eyes like, I love you, daddy. And that's where you fuck up. You start talking about, I want you to meet my moms. I think I love you. I don't want to be with my friends anymore. I just want to be with you. You be done took her to Jamaica, Cancun, the Poconos. And then one morning you'll see some shit in your face. You'll start thinking you Sprague Benz. Have you ever seen a 45 before? Never mind, never get murdered in front of your door. You got ball and beg him to murder me. Shit. These is facts. These is facts. God forgive us for the things we did, but I want y'all to pay attention to this story right here, because this is some real deep shit, man. Y'all better pay attention to these women, because they say this is where it's going down in Memphis. In the words of what? This is that Memphis shit.
On camera, video shows two men robbed at gunpoint at a hotel in Northeast Memphis. Police tell us this happened just after 9 Saturday night. And tonight, police are still searching for the three men involved. Fox 13's Sierra Jordan breaks down the armed robbery. She has the latest information.
Two young men came here to Hotel Elite for a party, but that party turned into a robbery after they were held at gunpoint, and it was all caught on camera.
I couldn't even imagine nothing like that. That's why I don't go to hotels, baby. I got my house.
Take a look at the security video. Police say three women invited two men into a room for a party at Hotel Elite on Summer Avenue. You see the group walking inside the hotel room. Then three armed men come in and police say threatened to kill other men. Seconds later, one of the women starts recording the men getting robbed.
People, they should not, use guns.
iPhone.
Did you see that right there, y'all? Do you see that right there? That's a young woman with her cell phone. Not only is she involved with luring the little niggas because they thinking they gonna get some pussy. Not only has she involved with the robbery for luring them to the hotel, she's recording the shit. She's recording it with a smile on her face. I can't make this shit up, y'all.
People, they should not, use guns.
iPhones, Apple Watches, and shoes were stolen from both victims.
You can't walk around being safe. Like, you have to have a gun. And if they see you without it, they look at you like a target.
We went to the hotel's management office for answers on their security policy. We spoke to the manager on the phone.
I was off. It was on Saturday. You would have to speak with my boss about that, not me.
We spoke to a woman staying at the hotel about her concerns with security. She did not want to be on camera to protect her identity.
They have security here at night, though, but that's the thing. I don't like half the time they're here, half the time they're not. And this gate right there is broken. It's trash.
We reached out to Memphis police for an update on the robbery. They say they have no suspects.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me. Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sip of my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture. I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Get him Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Jop, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, marriage shit. It's how we music, nigga. Go.
It's time to get the fuck about these motherfucking streets and get a whole lot of fucking kids. Shout out to Dog Soldier, too, for that $5 Team Guardian. Yo, if y'all ain't subscribed to him, y'all pussy. Simple and plain. That's how I'm going to say it. This nigga's crazy. All jokes aside. The nigga did a live the other day. The nigga said, fuck it, just I'm doing some juggling. He got on this pirate radio shit. I am in the crib laughing my ass off. Yo, shout out to his son. The young prince walked in the room. He said, yo, dad, check this out. Do you have something I can beat a rock with? You have a boulder breaker? Yo, if y'all would have listened to what Dog said to his son, yo, that shit made me spit my blunt out my mouth. This nigga said, yo, move my yo. Nah, I give it to you. You don't have no protective eyewear. Yo, I laughed so hard. He told him he didn't have on protective sunglasses. I swear to God, yo, let me tell you something. The nigga said, you don't have no protective sunglasses, my yo. Go ahead, move out, go away. I'm not playing with you, know. He said, yo, this dude is out. Yo, I can't make this shit up. You go see this shit. He said, yo, my son crazy. He's trying to break rocks. He's trying to break rocks. This is the part that makes me laugh harder. About 15 seconds later, his son said, I got the glasses, Dad. Dog said, fuck it, it's in the back of the truck, man. His son said, I got the glasses, man. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit the fuck up, y'all. I'm dead ass serious, OG Bobby. I can't make this shit the fuck up. Yo, Dog thought he had him conquered with the, you don't have protective glasses. His son said, yeah, I got something for your ass, Pops. He just broke out and came right back. He was like, I got him. That's cold-blooded fact. See, because Dog, you know, he a father. He makes sure certain things his son is going to know. Them trades, them skills that Dredd got, he passing them shits over to his son. Slowly but surely, his son is enthused with them type of things. You dig what I'm saying? That's what being a parent is about. I'm telling you, man, because I know Dog's son and his older son and his grandson, we ain't have to worry about them with no drill music. His son don't even fuck with shit like that. His son tell you in a minute, no, I don't listen to that. No, don't do that. My dad said we don't listen to that type of stuff. So Little Prince is going to be all right. That's a fact. That's a fact, OG. Dog is different. That nigga's different, man. And then I remember this lady said the other day, shout out to Minnie. I think it's Minnie something. She was like, you're so calm. I said, you ain't catch this nigga in real form yet. You'll see. That nigga Dog said, you need to suck a cock. Not my cock. Go suck a cock. Yo, son, Dog is crazy, man. Then when he got to the argument with his uncle on phone, yo, I'm hitting the nigga. I'm texting the nigga phone. Dog, chill, be easy. That nigga gone, son. That nigga Dog is damn near biting the phone. He said, don't call my fucking mama house again. I said, oh, this nigga went crazy. This nigga done went crazy. I'm telling y'all, this YouTube shit'll do it. Word up. And then your family members be playing with you. Man. Let me show y'all some foul shit that's been going on. Man been locked up since 2008. Since 2008, y'all. Been locked up for murdering his next door neighbor. I want y'all to pay attention to why he went to jail and tell me how y'all feel about this shit. Because me, I was totally enraged with this shit. This shit is foul. The man, look why he went to jail, y'all. Went to jail in 2008, y'all. Pay attention to this, man. Remember where y'all heard it first. Brooklyn shit. Let's go.
5 in an attempt to right a wrong. 52-year-old Arvell Marshall spent 16 years behind bars for a murder he did not commit. And video showing the real murderer was never fully presented in court.
But after authorities reinvestigated the case, the truth came out and Marshall freed from prison.
NJ Bricko was there in court for the moment Marshall had been dreaming of for years. NJ joins us live from downtown Brooklyn. What a moment, NJ.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You know, this is a top to bottom failure of the criminal justice system. You know, Marshall was convicted largely because the prosecutor couldn't get the surveillance video to play in open court. And here's a question worth asking. Why did it take so long to overturn this conviction?
Arvell Marshall waited 16 years in an upstate prison for this moment. And he says he never lost faith that it would come.
They knew I was innocent. They knew it would have proved my innocence, so they tried to keep it under the table. They was hoping I'd just shut up and just accept everything that they did to me. And I said, nah, I'm going to fight.
Marshall was accused and convicted of murder for shooting his neighbor in the head outside the man's home in Crown Heights in July of 2008. But a grainy surveillance video from the street appeared to tell a different story, indicating the killer was one of two teenagers who fires just outside of frame. But according to the DA's follow-up investigation, the prosecutor was unable to play the video in court, making several attempts to do so.
So they're saying because the prosecutor didn't know how to work the DVD system, that man did 16 years for something he didn't do. That man looks terrible. That bid destroyed him. He's addicted. He's no disrespect intended to him. And it's fucked up that it always happened in Crown Heights, where I'm from. That man looks horrible. He looks, and I'm not saying he looks horrible to disrespect him. That was a hard bid for him, man. That was a hard bid for that man. Now he looks like he's addicted to some type of substance, whether it's heroin or cocaine or whatever. He's depressed. He's stressed out. He's going to need some type of assistance mentally for the rest of his motherfucking life. So you mean to tell me a man get 18 years because you couldn't get a brand new DVD player? Like, how y'all feel about that? So you mean to tell me because they didn't want to go get a brand new DVD player, they prosecuted him with stale pictures? They prosecuted him with pictures because he was allegedly in the vicinity of the crime when it happened. They didn't have no pictures with him with no gun. They didn't have him with no pictures with him standing by the man. They didn't have no pictures of him shooting the man. But since he was in the vicinity, the proximate place where the murder went down, and he was grabbed, they said, this body belongs to you. See, I come from that era. That's why I move precautious. A lot of people don't really understand this. Dog, talk to him. OG, talk to him. City Bama, talk to him. Talk to him, y'all. Angie, baby, I'm telling you, I'm from Brooklyn, right where that's happened at, Crown Heights, Utica Avenue. It was time when detectives, if they got your ass in the back of that detective car when people were killed, that body became yours. You know how many niggas I know in jail for murder that they didn't do? You know how many niggas I know went to jail for murder and came home and they didn't catch the body? You know how many niggas I know begged the district attorney, begged the police officers in the 77 precinct to let them go because they weren't responsible. They didn't rat. They didn't say Eric killed them or David killed him or Bobby killed him. They didn't say anything like that. They didn't do any telling. They didn't bring any names up. They just let them know I didn't do it. See, I'm from the era when they say, so if you didn't do it, who did? I don't know. Remember that question, y'all? Well, if you didn't do it, who did? I don't know. I don't know mean lock me up for it because I'm not cooperating with you. That's what that means. That's what that means.
It appears that no one actually watched the entire video. Marshall
You see
proclaimed
what my man said? Just like Detective Mike Paul, 77th Precinct, a.k.a. Paul Regan.
his innocence throughout the trial, believing the video would prove it. Current Brooklyn DA Eric Gonzalez.
Oh, you want to hear some shit? Shout out to my childhood friend for just bringing that up. Mike Paul probably got him convicted on that body. He was the homicide detective, the top homicide cop, a.k.a. Paul Regan, ex-Marine, crazy nigga, smoke cigars. That nigga chase you anywhere. This nigga going anywhere. Kingsborough, Albany projects. He don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That might be Mike Paul work, this gentleman right here. Damn, I ain't think about it like that.
has reopened the case based largely on the video.
They didn't have the technology or the ability to play it. And what was provided were 4 still photos that did not show the entire incident. And that's just, unacceptable.
What's more, the DA says before the trial, an
looks
anonymous
hard.
tipster contacted the defense, claiming the shooting was arranged by a drug dealer who lived next door to the victim and ordered a hit against a man he believed to be encroaching on his drug territory, and that the deceased was killed by a 16-year-old in a case of mistaken identity. Yet none of that ever came up during the trial. Marshall insists he's not bitter. He was not up for parole until 2033.
And let bygones be bygones. Whoever did it, I just hope they get justice for the victim and his family, man.
Well, the DA has worked to overturn 39 wrongful convictions since he took office. Another 60 remain under active investigation here tonight. Live tonight in downtown Brooklyn. And
Did you just hear what he said? They have overturned 39 motherfucking false convictions of murder since the new DA came back in. 39 people that have been acquitted for murders that they have been charged with. Put all that time together. Astronomical. Pay attention to this. They still got 60 motherfuckers that's going through review to see if they can be reopened. That's 99. 60 on a 39 is 99, wherever you go. You see that, Seven? Did you see how that brother looked? But let me tell you something about his family. Nah, they ain't gonna get off the motherfucking, no, they don't get off the motherfucking hook. Fuck them too, respectfully. Just my opinion, fuck them people. You know why I say fuck them people? Because none of them people look like they hurt. I could be wrong about this. I see a scenario, maybe when he was out there, he was getting high, he was stealing, he was doing things that they didn't appreciate. Nobody wanted to fuck with him. And then when he got arrested, they was kind of like happy that he was gone. It's my opinion. Fair YouTube usage, in my opinion. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you ain't never had them family members that y'all was just happy that they was in jail because you knew at least nobody killed them, but you couldn't stand when they came around because you always had to make sure your purse was locked. You know that cousin that when you throw a party and everybody put their coats and their bags in one room, that cousin is getting high that's in that room going through them bags? He looked like that man right there. You mean to tell me you couldn't even make sure that he had money on his books to get his hair done, to get a haircut? You can't even send that man some money to get a haircut? Or they were sending him money to get a haircut and he was so under the consumption or addiction of whatever he was dealing with, because you look at him and tell it's something he's dealing with. That ain't no reefer. She said they're going to stick with him because he about to get paid. No, now everybody love him. You heard what she said? It's real Brooklyn shit. That's where we from. when he was out there fucking up, getting high, when they should have put the attention into getting him some motherfucking help, like that shit on TV, intervention, when the family members trick your ass to come to the house and they say, you got a problem, we need you to go get you some help. See, black people, once we start worrying about if they're going to take something from us or if they smell a certain way, we don't want that motherfucker in the house stinking like that. Leave him outside. I don't want him over here. When you should be gravitating to him and giving him a motherfucking bath. When you should be gravitating to him and throwing them clothes that he got on or she got on away and giving them a motherfucking nice outfit to put on, because you know they're going back into the streets. You contributing to the mental illness that they're going through. Pay attention. When a motherfucker forget and start saying they don't have to wash their ass, this is a mental illness. There's degrees of mental illness. Pay attention. There's people that need therapists. There's people that need psychiatrists. There are people that automatically need to be inpatients because of the thoughts that run through their mind that they can harm themselves or someone else. Now everybody's in court with their nice clothes on, probably smelling good, hugging them. Because if you notice his face when he looked at that woman when she went to hug him, he just hugged her like, bitch, you don't fuck with me. You don't even fuck with me. Why you here? Cousins he ain't never knew was coming around now. I seen a genuine hug with one person, the Muslim brother that had on the black. He walked up, he picked his arm up. You know how when you see your man or somebody in your family you care about, bros, be like, yo, come here, nigga, and you give him that dap and pull him into you. That's the only person I paid attention to him doing that with. Everybody else, he just like this. I told y'all I was innocent. Y'all don't fuck with me. Now y'all want to suck cock. That's the look that's in his eye, like, y'all wouldn't even write me a letter. You wouldn't even send me shit on the books. Y'all niggas know I'm about to be up like about 50. See me, I do some petty shit. After I got my lawsuit, I give everybody that didn't fuck with me, I write them a check for $1. I do some real sneaky shit. Like all of a sudden, I paid more for it to be delivered than actually what you're receiving. I paid the $10 for somebody to come to your house and hand deliver this, and you think that's a check for like $500,000, and that shit say pay to the order of whatever your name, $1. And then I have a card inside and say, don't spend it all in one place. Yeah, I'm petty like that. I'm petty. I'm a petty motherfucker. I can't. I'm a petty motherfucker. Yep. I am. I ain't gonna front. Forgive me. But last but not least, I got something I want to talk to y'all about. I don't know if y'all heard about this. This child was just sentenced to 5 years in prison for attacking a teacher's aide. Now, if a kid is having a fight with a teacher in school and assault them, do y'all think that that child should be arrested? If so, what age should the arrest begin? High school? Junior high school? Public school, you're going to say no because the kids are kids. But when it comes to junior high school, they're a little more advanced. Should they start getting arrested then or at high school? OG said, the gentleman I was just talking about, he said he might have got high, but I don't think he was drugging crazy. I think he was more stressed than anything, but anything is possible. In just my opinion. You're a fact, though. That's 100% right, though, because the stress is all in his face. He's so stressed, he can't even be, he ain't even smiling and relieved that he's free. It's still like, man, these niggas fucking shitting on me. But I want y'all to check out this last story I got for y'all right quick. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, spending some time with me. You could have been any place in the world, but you decided to come and rock with me. But tell me how y'all feel about this. Remember where y'all heard it first. They gave this young man 5 years. Let's go.
Teenagers seen on
Video assaulting a teacher's aide is going to prison for 5 years. Video of the attack was caught on camera at Matanzas High School in Palm Coast. His mother and others begged that judge not to send Brendan Deppa to prison. Instead, they wanted treatment for him.
And Fox 35's Chris Lindsay joins us live and updates us on the decision that a judge just made. So, Chris, this just came down. What's the latest from the courtroom?
Yes, well, we heard a lot of different testimonies today. We heard from his mother, Leanne Deppa, mental health experts, and others. Moments after this 5-year prison sentence was handed down, we heard from his mother again. She says she was disappointed in the decision, and she was hoping that her son was not sentenced. She says that she believes there were other ways to resolve this and get him the help that he needs.
I beg you to let him come home with me. I want my son back.
Leanne Deppa, the adoptive mother of Brendan Deppa, pleading for mercy in her son's sentencing.
I don't think he'll survive prison. Brendan has, he's had a hard life.
Roughly a year and a half after this attack on a paraprofessional at Matanzas High School.
I informed the school of his verbal and physical aggression. I also told him about all of his triggers.
Judge Terrence Perkins listened closely about his past issues and behavior.
He could go from 0 to 100 in a second. That, he could just be totally fine, and then you wouldn't know why, and all of a sudden he would react.
And heard from mental health experts about his outlook moving forward.
So a lot of people with autism experience at some point in their lives or express aggression. I do not believe he will receive the treatment he needs.
During the first portion of the hearing, which took place in May, the victim, Joan Nadich, took the stand. This is what she had to say back then.
There are consequences in life to bad actions, bad choices. He made the choice that day to come after me.
So the defense team stepped forward and they tried to get this to a lighter sentence. They wanted different alternatives for him to be treated for his mental health rather than be punished within the adult prison system. The judge went through his thought process and said, based on not only this incident, but a string of past violent or aggressive incidents, that he believes the best place for him to not only receive punishment for his actions, but to also be rehabilitated is with 5 years of prison time followed by 15 years of probation. So this situation, having been continued from May, is wrapped up here. Obviously,
how y'all feel about that, y'all? That kid got autism. You see how they tricking our kids, how they trumping up charges? They're saying the only reason why he was given the 5 years is because of numerous charges he had prior to this incident pertaining to aggression. You just heard them say when it comes to autism, how the mood swings can go from 0 to 100 within a second. How the psychiatrist said, secondly, that when it comes to autism, there is going to be some point in time in their life where they're going to display aggression. Now, this is something that's diagnosed by a psychiatrist because of a mental deformity. I don't think he should be sent to jail for that. You see what Dog said? That's 20 years. 5 years in jail, 15 on motherfucking paper, on probation. Pay attention. So if he gets into trouble or displays another act of aggression where police enforcement are informed, he's automatically eligible to be hit with the charge of the new one and the back end of the probation for breaking that bond. That's crazy. I don't think that child should be in prison. Do I think that child should be under a supervised environment of professionals for a certain amount of time until that child displays more control over his or her situation, or if it has to be a doctor involved where medication is administered to be in control of these outbursts, then I think that would be a better scenario instead of taking that child to prison where it's nothing but violence and aggression, and that child is going to have to do one or two things. Pick a game. Pick an organization. Because right now, if that child is put into a prison with adults, that child is going to be targeted. The child is going to be targeted. What upsets me about that whole case is they can give you 3 to 5 minutes about a child that's supposed to be in jail, but you can't tell me what led up to the incident where the teacher was attacked. You can't even tell me what he did, but let's pay attention to this when it comes to autism, people with autism, just like people with cerebral palsy, like people with Down syndrome. Pay attention to this. All of these people, because of their mental deformities, are classified as loving, peaceful individuals until agitated or aggravated or upset. So that means you got to do something to them before they react. From the disposition of that woman, when she just adamantly said, well, he attacked me and he knew, that right there shows me this is deeper than what she's expressing. This is something, some anger that's in her heart. Just like, is she upset with him because he's a black child? Is she upset with him because she was embarrassed? Or is she really upset with him because she felt as though that he was trying to harm her or take her life? She said, so what? Send him to jail. I remember the teachers back in the days that you can punch him in the motherfucking face. This is some real deep shit I'm about to say. PS 167. Shout out to Miss Fox. I remember teachers back in the days that got punched in the face by kids. And these was the same teachers that was in the principal's office saying, don't do nothing to that child. That child is going through something. See, because the teachers we had back in the days, they understood the circumstances of where they lived because they came from their neighborhoods to our hoods. See, where the teachers was living, they were in neighborhoods because they're neighborly demonstrations of respect and just gratitude of neighbors. In the hood, it's people that can live side by side and don't give a fuck about each other. So the neighborly part is out the motherfucking window. So when these teachers that really, really came to teach us, that developed these relationships with us, because a lot of my teachers said we were their children. See, if we really were their children in their eyes, the teachers that we came up under really had parenting skills and they knew how to identify certain problems. Well, these two kids don't like each other. It's friction. So I'm going to take her and put her over there, and I'm going to take him and I'm going to put him over there. I'm not going to leave them in the same spot. I'm not going to separate one and put one in another spot and leave one in the same spot, because this right here would cause tension between the kids. Aha, they moved you. No, I'm going to move both of them further away from each other. See, the teachers I came up under wasn't with calling police. They was like, yo, get them kids' family members up here. Get the mother up here. Get the father. A lot of times, unfortunately, mothers and fathers were addicted to whatever they were addicted to, and it was the grandmothers that was the representation of the household. See, teachers back in the days, they had no problem with picking the phone up, calling your home, expressing to you the problems that was going on with their children. Today, these teachers not even calling. Like, if your kid don't come to school, now the teachers have left that to the computer. Pay attention. They got the computers now in junior high school and high school if your kid attendance is messed up, where a computer is going to call, and if you don't pick the phone up, that's the only time that computer is going to call. Back in the days when humans, teachers had the responsibilities of talking and communicating with parents, this was the object of parent-teacher night. Because if Parents came up to the school, certain things that you didn't see that your children were doing. It was like a tag team with the teachers because they was the extension of parenthood. So they would tell the parents, well, he's acting out in class, or she's acting out in class, or he's very shy. Oh, he's a great student, but he's shy. He doesn't like to communicate. Oh, he's a scared shooter. Maybe you need to see the parents interacted with each other, with the teachers, and then they accepted the information, because the first thing when you knew a parent was concerned about their child is if they attended the parent-teacher night or the parent-teacher day, because some parents worked at night, so they had to come during the day. Some parents worked during the day, so they had to come at night. There's no longer doing things like this no more. They talking about, like OG Bobby said, he said, if his past violent records, he needs some type of punishment, not 5 years. You notice, OG, they didn't say what triggered him. I've always said this since I've been on YouTube and before YouTube. Stop looking at the explosion and pay attention to the ignition. A car can't start until you turn it on. A light bulb in your room will not motherfucking work until you turn it on. Your stove will not produce motherfucking heat on that damn stovetop until you turn it on. See, people look at the explosion instead of looking at the ignition. If you pay attention to the ignition pre the explosion, you can understand certain things to avoid in the future. Yeah. That's just how I break it down. Like, you would understand what to avoid in the future. This is a child right here with suffering from autism, a mental deformity that is known to have aggressive behavior. But look what the government says. They say, yo, check this out. Since you created this child, if you can't control this child, we have to step in. If you cannot control your child's actions in public and at school, even in your home where you have to keep calling the police because you may be afraid of the aggression, they have to step in. And I've known this because I've seen it in my family. I've seen it in other people's families. It seems like when there's that child that needs to have a bunch of attention, what they do is they get the money. They get the money that the government gives you for the special needs and the special time that you may have to put into that child because of the mental deformity. But what they do, y'all, they give them a nice outfit and put them in the room and close the door. If I'm lying, tell me right now. If you understand what I'm saying, let me get a dice cube in the chat. If you had the family members that you knew your cousin was suffering from retardation or Down syndrome or autism or was very violent, and they would just put them in the room. They don't give a fuck what they did, whether they shitted on themselves, fucked up, ate, didn't eat, went to sleep. They give them their medication, put them in the room. Don't go back there. The woman did seem racist. That's a fact. Am I lying, Seven? That's a fact. They didn't care about them kids. If you pay attention, that's not his biological parent. That's who adopted him. Oh, y'all ready for this work? That kid is going to be angry. His mother don't have him. His mother gave him up for adoption. Whatever reason, she could have been getting high. She didn't feel, whatever in that child mind's growing up with the mental deformity of autism, his real mother didn't want him. Shit, that's enough for me to go to school right now and punch somebody in the fucking face if I'm a kid. You come talking to me about your mom's made you some fucking cookies or your mom's bought you a pair of sneakers, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face. My mom's ain't even want me. From the autistic side of it, that could be reasons why he got in the motherfucking fights before. Who knows if that's not the only home that he's been in? He might have been in boys' homes. He might have been in foster homes. That woman adopted him. What he went through before he got to that woman? He already angry because his moms don't want him. What did that teacher do, man? like OG said, she seemed kind of uncomfortable, let's say, with black people. What did she do? Did she scream at him and scare him? Did she call him something out of his name? Like, you dummy, you stupid, you retard? Did she say something about his family that may have made him trigger back to the fact that his original mother that birthed him does not have custody of him, did not want him? Because that's what a kid is going to grow up thinking, no matter the terms. My mother ain't want me. 5 years in jail, 15 years on the back on probation. You see what OG Bobby said? Was that teacher belittling him? Did that teacher taunt him? Okay, so he got angry that day. How long was he angry? How long was he holding it in? How many times did he get angry before that and didn't react? But what did she do that made him attack her? He rushed her like a football player. We all saw it. Was she one of them teachers that put their hands out and talk to us disrespectfully like we've all been through that? If you don't like what I'm saying, you can go to the principal. I don't want to deal with your silly ass anyway. I've been there. I've been there. That's why I've gotten the fights with deans. Mr. Jackson from Boys and Girls High School. He had a way of talking to us like he thought he still was in the military. He had a way of putting his hands on kids and grabbing them by their shirts and pushing them in the walls when he used to walk them to Dr. Micken's office. And that day when he grabbed me, I grabbed him and beat life out of him. See, I used to be late, but I didn't think about that now. I didn't pay attention to this. The only reason why we came in contact with Mr. Jackson is because we was late. We had to be at Boys and Girls High School at 8:45 a.m. You had to be there before that. That was late. If you wasn't there by 8:45, you had to go around the corner to Schenectady and wait to the backside with Mr. Jackson, where he would write your name down and he would have to take you to the principal's office. So me personally, if I would have been to school on time, on top of the fact I was predicately known for being late, so me and him always had run-ins. That he looking at me funny and I'm looking at him funnier. That he looking at me saying shit under his breath, I'm saying shit under my breath. So this was something that brewed up between us from freshman year. It was just my junior year. I just got tired of this nigga. No special education. Remember that? Special education. Rose Gold, salute. I see you in the building. What happened to that young man attacked her? He's autistic. He's autistic. The day and age we come into today now, y'all, we got to get a grip on our children. If you're going to be an adoptive parent, because there are a lot of adoptive parents that are adopting children because of the financial benefits that come alongside with it, you're doing nothing but damaging them kids. But shout out to the parents that are loving them children. That money that they're getting, these people are administrating equally and righteously straight to them kids because that's their money, because they have their own household, their own generation of motherfucking wealth coming in. But should that child be sentenced to 5 years and he is clinically diagnosed, mentally diagnosed with autism? We'll never know. Maybe he'll get a pill, maybe he won't. As far as to the fellas out there that's going to these clubs, thinking with your little head instead of your big head. See, stay away from them chicks that want to fuck when the club is down the road from the hotel, fellas. Let me give you some game about the South. See, the real chicks that's bougie and they doing their thing, if they do want to fuck with you like that, they not going to go to the local spots. The local spots is for the robberies and the drug transactions. All you niggas that's going to these clubs and you looking at her ass and she talking about, yo, well, you know, the room, we can go get a room up the block. We can go get a room up the block, daddy. You're going to get a room up the block, all right. It's going to be a nigga running up in the goddamn hotel behind you when you ass naked, nigga. And unfortunately, it's going to be a young lady like that or older laughing at you. And she probably saying some shit like, shoot him. To these drill rappers, I'm telling you right now, parents, you keep acting like them kids y'all created are grown. You keep forgetting the responsibility that is yours to raise these children. I'm telling you, they got a place for them. They're doing 24-count children indictments. They're walking right up in your house, taking your baby out the house. They said the average of the oldest person in the indictment, paid attention, the average, meaning the majority of the people are 20. You might get one or two that's over 21, but the majority is 20 and down. They coming to take your babies and there's nothing you can do about it. All that hollering and screaming. Go ahead and interfere with police work if you want to. And instead of you hollering and screaming because they taking your babies, you'll be hollering and screaming because they got cuffs on you and you're going to jail with them. Should these children be sent away like that? In that situation, hell fucking yeah. Hell fucking yeah. If you running around shooting in broad daylight with babies coming through in their school buses and elderly people getting shot and innocent bystanders because you don't know how to shoot, you motherfuckers belong in jail. Because that motherfucking anger inside of you needs to be calmed the fuck down. Because number one, I'm not knocking nobody for what they think they should do if they've disrespected or certain things may have been put upon them. I've never been one to tell a person what to do, but I'm going to tell you what you shouldn't do. You should never, ever think about doing something to somebody with other people around. That's just a jewel. That's just a jewel. And last but not least, when it comes to these ladies and gentlemen, like the ladies is tricking the niggas for the money. And the niggas is thinking they outsmarting the ladies because they giving them the money for the honey. Look at what's going on in the world today, man. Not on YouTube. YouTube is going to be YouTube. I'm talking about real life shit. YouTube is YouTube, y'all. I understand now that people are going to scream at each other on YouTube. I understand now people are going to do investigative reports on YouTube. I understand now people are going to make fake accounts to start wars with people. I understand that. Howdy, har. But what I will never understand is the lack of humanity between people. Like, I'm from the era, if you didn't do nothing to me, man, I shouldn't be wanting to do nothing to you. And I'm from the era that if I'm cool with you and I'm cool with him, it is my duty to make both sides of y'all understand the importance of how strong we would be together as a pole. Shout out to Dog Soldier. Word up. Like I said, when me and my nigga Shots was going through some shit, Dog could have been on the phone saying fuck Shots. He could have been on the phone with Shots saying fuck Dice. But he took that and made that his obligation to be like, nah, y'all niggas got to get this shit right, my nigga. Like real rap. Y'all niggas got to get this shit right. Both y'all niggas, I fuck with y'all. This shit ain't even worth it. Both of y'all just not hearing each other. And if y'all both fuck with me, just do me a favor, talk to each other. And that's what official niggas do. The bitch ass niggas be like, yo, fuck that nigga. And then when you get around the other nigga, they be like, yo, fuck that nigga. But they're never around when the other people are fighting and arguing. They just wait to hear about it. But see, when you on some righteous shit, you make it your business to calm down the situation on both sides. So the proud moment of when you see people speaking to each other and respecting each other like adults, it's a moment that you want to be there for, when niggas can be like, yo, if dog ain't do that, that wouldn't have happened. You see the difference between the wicked and the good? Yo, shout out to all the righteous people, man. Appreciate all of y'all for pulling up. You know we doing a sucker free Saturday night, part 2 tonight. I want everybody in the building, probably be around 9 o'clock. Get your best bud, get your best bud, get your best liquor. You fuck with that booger sugar that's on your mind. Ain't got nothing to do with me, but come and just spend some time. Goodbye.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?